Mood. Well done, Beth Tweddle. This has certainly brought this fantastic World Championships to the most amazing climax. The last event of the World Championships is, of course, the men's high bar, which will be coming up in a moment. You can hear the noise behind me as the gymnasts are announced. So let me show you who the list of finalists are. Olympic champion Zhu Kai is one you should be looking out for. Jonathan Horton had a terrible time in the all-round. He's a silver medalist from Beijing. And the new world champion, Kohei Uchimura of Japan. Definitely men you should look out for in this thrilling final. Let me hand you back to your commentary team now. Matt Baker, have you made it back up there?
I'm completely out of breath, but delighted as well. I mean, it's just extraordinary, isn't it? Now, we do have to try and settle down, but we will get even more excited because the high bar final is a phenomenal way to wrap up a World Championships. And this guy here, Igor Kosina, knows all about competing in front of a massive crowd that have their mind on other things, because way back in the Olympics, he ended up taking gold after the incident with Nemov that kind of changed the whole code. There was a 15-minute standing ovation, wasn't there, Midge?
Absolutely, and that's why we're seeing the separation of difficulty to style and form and execution that we've got in the current system. But this man is an innovator on the apparatus. He's very elegant, very risky, and he won't be holding back on his big move. It'll be early on. That's the one, and it's beautiful. Straight body, full twist. I tell you what, I'll do it in the tuck as well. This is incredible. Anyway, let's have one without a twist. And I'm keeping the swing, he said. This is wonderful stuff. Now he needs to settle down. There's some in-bar work. Sharp out in the full twist. Into the market up. He's really, with that amazing start, settling down to the meat of the exercise. Lovely. One-arm swing. You're only allowed one of those through the vertical line at the bottom of the bar, so you'll see him again in each direction. So here he goes, the big dismount, full twist, double straight, and what an opener!
Unbelievable to have set the bar that high, literally, just extraordinary.
Well, he's savouring it. One of the great innovators. He's got his name in that great big book you were talking about, Matt, the other day. The Kosina, the straight full twisting Kovac. What do you think of that lot, Christine?
Oh, well, absolutely fantastic. And if we've just seen Beth win from the front, this guy's going for the same thing, isn't he? He plants his hands on that bar so incredibly.
I mean, 3 Kovac, just with a little swing in the middle, but absolutely mesmeric. It's so difficult, but he has got that little bit of attack, that little bit of virtuosity.
I know all the pirouettes and things are difficult, but it's this type of work that excites, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, you know my view on that. High bar is about clear, high releasing. You've got to do the meat of the exercise as well. But if you want to impress people, it's the release and catch. That's what gives the crowd a feeling they're part of the competition. But this was immense too.
Was that a little bit held back on the dismount? Would we maybe have expected a double twist in that?
Yeah, I would have at that level with his ability, but I've never seen him double twist, double straight in competition.
And that presumably fulfills the requirement.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a D.
Igor Kosina, 15.625. That's up on his qualification score of 15.5.
And it's the highest mark given to high bar so far in this World Championships. So I tell you what, they've got it to do.
Alexander Zarievich is just outside the medals at the last European Championships on high bar. This is his first World Championship final, looking to make his mark.
Quiet half turn over the top of the bar. 1.5 turns from the starter. Nice little hop out. Kovac, that time without twist, but keeping the swing. The technique has improved so much with these big releases. And he's opting to build on pirouetting. Ooh, Now, I don't know whether he meant to go over the top on that, but you'd not notice it. He's covered it very well. Squat disc low, full extension through the shoulders. Full turn. From the endo, here we are, the big build-up. Nice little triple back, just buckled at the end, but he did travel on it.
He did. It was a very, very good effort indeed from the 23-year-old. Like I said, first World Championship final. Well, Cassina, a long time ago, got that Olympic gold. Athens 04. There's little Zuki, he'll be up shortly.
Huge kick out there, wasn't it? He was right above the bar, kicked out into a straight line.
Point you made earlier, Christine, about whether you release or you pirouette for difficulty. He's only 1/10 down on difficulty and one big release, so it just shows you how that code works.
Yes, he's got a lovely line as he's working. And this triple back dismount was the longest I've ever seen. You generally think, don't you, Mitch, that to get 3 somersaults in, you need to go up rather than release and go along. But look, he's nearly at the end of the mat.
Yeah, but he really had to struggle with that dismount. Little hop forwards, but he controlled it. Height rather than length, I think, would be favourite. But he made it. 3 somersaults.
He was at the end of the mat. Look, he stepped off it.
Little stagger. He ran out. How can you run out of 6 metres of mat?
Put another somersault then. 14.375 for Tjarovic. Now then, if there was a medal for pairs gymnastics, these two would win it. This is Danel Lever, but just keep an eye on his stepdad below. Look, he's getting himself psyched up already. Unbelievable. It's from Cuba. His mum was part of the Cuban team. That's where they met. So, Danel Lever, tied with Horton for the US High Bar Championship.
Nice squat half into the marker though. Nice and clean so far. Big wind up. Kovac straight, keeps the swing beautifully extended. Another one coming up. Tuck that time, he's really swinging beautifully. Now then, in bar work, half turn, lost his legs just a little bit. Nice and high on the Stutkatcher. Little flourish with the arm. Oh, I don't know quite what he meant to do there. Little hop. Showing the release, but kept the swing going. Stoop in and out forwards, not the easiest skill. Keeping the swing. Now then, is it going to be a monster of a dismount? That will do! That was superb! That was incredible!
Phenomenal stuff, and there is Alvarez. Look at that, he's going to do a tumble himself. Get in there, Dad.
Oh, well. He gets a Z for difficulty, the dad.
Well, what a performance from Danel Lever. Passion, absolute passion.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh, huge performance, absolutely fantastic.
Fantastic.
Both.
Dear, oh dear, but it was huge. It was a tremendous routine. Come on, Chris, enjoy it.
Oh, yeah, I am, absolutely. Really love a great line, actually. He's laughing at the performance of his coach, but he is a great gymnast. Fabulous work. Lovely straight flat body. And
that was it. What he meant to do was a change grass. He meant to show a little help for extra flourish, but he left it late and had to bend his arms to recover the swing. But that's about the only technical deduction.
Yeah.
I thought it was immense. Look at this dismount. Big, double twisting, double straight.
Huge.
Yes! And I can do that with a twist as well, he said.
And rightly so, he's a proud father, rightly so. Well, he's into second, 15.6. Will it be a medal-winning performance? Only time will tell. Zhu Kai, just 21 years old. He's Olympic champion on this piece of apparatus. He opts for a different style of high bar work, but very, very difficult. Difficulty score of 7.2, which is by far the highest we see in this final.
Very cleverly constructed, because if you do a lot of pirouettes and you work in the wrong way around grip, the inverted grip, you get an extra letter to difficulty. So if you do a C with a different grass, you get a D, and that's what he does with extra pirouettes. A little bit short there. Stub Tkachev. Nice 1.5 turns. Oh, that's new, that's good. Full twist in the Ginger. So he's got a little bit of flight in there as well, which is nice to see. Just flat on some of the exit positions. He has changed his high bar. That's nice. Full turn and another release. So here's us saying he's going to twist his way to difficulty, but he's got the releases as well. What about the dismount? Double, and he's stuck. And what a performance!
Absolutely, his critics said that perhaps, you know, his routine wasn't worthy of Olympic gold, but I tell you what, he's proved them wrong there.
Completely different style from that we saw in Beijing. Fantastic difficulty. Very exciting.
Well, I stand corrected. I was one of his critics. I thought that Houghton was the best high bar on an impact in Beijing. And there's Houghton there congratulating. But it was super. He's reconstructed that exercise. That was a Stub Tkachev. Lots to enjoy there, Chris.
Yep. But he's still got the pirouettes, and of course he's very good at those. That was the 1.5 straight into the front somersault with full twist. Here, I think, here we go. Oh no, that's into the Markelov. But it's these, linking these, that really gives him the difficulty, isn't it, Mitch?
Absolutely, and you know, that says something about this is the beginning of the cycle. He's redesigned his high bar, ready for 2012. What's it going to look like then, I wonder?
I saw him absolutely nail his dismount in Beijing. He did exactly the same there. Taking that momentum right the way through the routine. Is it enough for gold? It is enough for gold, 16.15. What about that? 0.525 ahead of Igor Cassina.
0.5 more in start value to anyone else.
Well, Kohei Uchimura took the all-around title, and the word from the Japanese media is that Kohei is about to attempt a move that he's never completed in training. Risky.
Well, if you're all-round champion, why not go for it? He's already got his goal. Let's have a look. Oh, that is just stratospheric, high above the bar, lovely clean shape, 1.5 turns there. He has a lovely, lovely stamp on his work. There's a big one coming up. Again, the kick out. He makes these releases his own. Another one coming up. Put a full turn in. Come on, young man. This is super to watch. Well, hopping his way around, twisting his way around, somersaulting his way, a mile above the bar. There we are. Endo straddle forwards. Half turn, big wind up coming up. Oh, well, double, unbelievable work. He makes those Kovacs releases look like something else. He's up there above, well, he's in the stratosphere.
Well, top marks for character, I mean, and flair, just unbelievable to watch. This guy's a showman and a half.
Oh, a really, really special gymnast. That work was fabulous. Amongst a whole group of fabulous gymnasts, he pulls himself to the top.
Yeah, it was so exciting. He's got this lovely, almost laid-back attitude, but don't be fooled. He's a very, very strong, mentally strong young man. Look at this. High kicks, swings. I mean, it's just, isn't it? It's something very special.
Well, Uchimura was given a difficulty score of 6.4 for qualification. Trying to think back to his high bar routine in the all-round. I don't know what he added in there, or if he did do that move he's never caught.
I can't remember whether it was the full twist in the Kovacs, but if that is, he'll get another 2, could be a 6-7 start, which could be a lot different. And he will challenge there.
I was going to say, though, not quite the 7.5 of Zhu Kai.
Look forward to seeing his execution score, though.
I thought that was beautiful, you know. At the end of the day, he's got flair. He's a virtuoso.
Well, the highest execution score so far is 8.925. He gets an 8.775, 15.175, puts him outside of the medals. Ooh, well, the crowd here aren't very happy about that, but Zhu Kai, he's the leader.
It's exactly the same thing. You see releases done that high, that confident, and the crowd, oh, well, they're voting with their hands and booing again, so I don't know.
Well, the crowd weren't very happy after this man's parallel bar routine because he is such a showman. And he'll go all out here. Epke Zonderland, Netherlands. Again, a joy to watch.
He just loves the apparatus, and he gives it max every time he approaches it. Here's the first biggie coming up. Straight. And look at the wind-up. With a twist. That's 2 Kovacs. Come on, Epke. Stelda. Oh, little flourish in the 1.5 turns. Half turn from the squat dislow. Oh, the immediate there was terrific. That's called a Gaylord 2. A Ginger over the bar. Something new from him. I tell you, this is Epke Zonderland at his crazy, crazy best. If he sticks this dismount, the roof will come off. Come on, Epke. Yo, what a superb performance. I tell you, he is so exciting to watch. I don't know where that move came from. He chucked in a Gaylord 2 from no swing at all.
You've got to love this guy. You have got to love him. Absolutely extraordinary. He went in with a difficulty score of 7.1 in qualification, and look at the joy on his face.
Oh dear me. I need to sit down.
Oh, that was just brilliant. Just brilliant.
Come on, Chris.
Oh, fantastic. And look at the stretch on the when he catches. Doesn't hold back at all. He's at full stretch.
The move into, I hope you see the combination of the Gaylord 2, because he gingers and then goes over the top of the bar. Look, no, there we are, there's the twist. And where he got it from, goodness only knows. It's just incredible work.
How he catches the bar. He just keeps opening out at the right time and sticking his arms out and grabs
Look
up
at that, that's the one. Amazing stuff. Epke, I don't know. You're a wild man, but you deserve to medal for this performance. He's amongst the best. They're clean, they're difficult. He's just wild, but he's so exciting to watch.
He deserves a gold for guts and determination. Absolutely, it is so brilliant. Well, the current leader, Zhu Kai, 16.15, that's Zhu's score. Igor Cassina, 15.625. Danel Leva is currently in third with 15.6. So, can Epke get into the medals? He was just outside the last World Championships, finished 4th in 07. Oh, yes!
The wild man, and that was a beautiful performance. It had everything.
He's in second, 15.825. Brilliant stuff from Epke Zonderland.
It's a victory for the genuine enthusiast. He's absolutely, he just gives it his all every time. He wears his work, his heart on the sleeve, and he produces that. He's in second. Can he stay there?
It's a very good question, Mitch. Can he stay there? Because two gymnasts who are following are very, very good indeed. This Jonathan Horton, he's the USA champion. He took a phenomenal medal at the Olympics. Second, he finished.
Well, he's the one that got the crowd going in Beijing with the releases. It's a nice, quiet Markelov to start. But he's into the big stuff now. Big wind-up. Full twist in the straight. He's Cassina. We saw Cassina do it. That time without the twist, it's beautiful swinging. Now then, he'll put another one in. Touch! Oh, he's off. What a pity. Hit the full twist and hit the straight and then missed on the tough full twist. Jonathan Horton, you went for broke.
Well, he'd seen all the gymnasts go before him and they all went for broke. Horton joined the party, but left early.
Well, yeah, I think that's a fair comment. Very early. But it's such good work. And when you see someone hit the mat like that and you know he's gone for broke, now then, I wonder if he gets on and does the full twist Kovac and tuck again, just to prove it. I don't know. Let's have a look. There's no wind-up. No, he's not going to do it. Hop, 1.5. Super exciting work here. What a high bar final this is. Winding up, and it'll be a very special dismount. That, oh, 3 twists and a double straight. Just undercooked it. He wasn't going to hold back. It didn't go brilliantly for him on the releases, but he wanted to show us that dismount. Triple twisting, double straight.
Well, that's the thing with this final. You know, all these lads that wrap up the World Championships, they come here, they do, as we've said, you know, they put on a show, a real performance for everybody, and they never let down, they never let people down.
And the margins are so tiny. I mean, he actually got his hands on, look, they're on, but he was still twisting a bit and he just didn't have the strength to keep the hands on. But this is a huge dismount, isn't it? Triple. You have to go high rather than long, and he just cut the rotation down a bit too much. But it's not been a tremendously happy championships for Jonathan Horton. I'm sure he'll go back and work hard so that next Worlds is a great deal more fun for him.
Well, what a performance from Horton.
What was it we said, Matt? We gave him a cup of tea in Beijing. No, we gave him a biscuit in Beijing. Now he's earned his cup of tea.
He went a bit too early to put the kettle on, I think. So Azukai, he's the leader at the moment. Could he add another gold to China's enormous medal tally here?
They really have been incredibly impressive on the apparatus finals.
Horton waits. 13.25. Difficulty of 6.7. Well, the great news for Zonderland is he's definitely got a medal. The last gymnast to go is Aliash Pagan. 35 years old. And still on really, really good form. Former European champion. He's medalled at world level before. He knows what it's like. And he will wrap up this World Championships with his high bar routine.
Mr. Popular, he's revered in gymnastic circles. A perfect gentleman and a great, fabulous gymnast. Here comes his signature move. Middle half turn from the front somersault over the bar. Lovely technique. 1.5 turns from the Stelner. Half turn, squat dislow. High Kachev into crosshand keeps the swing going. So he's, even at this great age, 35, he's still building his difficulty. One arm swing through the bottom. Nice full twist hop across the bar, and if he hits this, it's the highest triple. Oh, and he just skipped forward, but he does a beauty. He hardly clears the bar. He's always in the same position. It's high. What a great way to finish this high bar competition.
Superb stuff from all of these lads. Tsukai, he's the current leader. I don't think that performance will threaten. But could he get into the top 3? Well,
it would be great to see him in the top 3. He's, I don't know, what's the third? What's the score at the moment? Third
well,
place?
Cassina, 15.625. That would be enough to get into the medals.
Lovely, beautifully constructed exercise. He's long, he's lean, and he's very elegant on the swing.
Because he's so long, everything looks really big and impressive.
It's a long way in inverted grasp from that catch to get up back to handstand. He did it well, and the triple wasn't that bad. He just took a pace forward, but he's always very precise, close to the bar, good and high, and just that pace.
Knew he needed a near faultless routine. A little bit disappointed with himself on that step, but really such impressive work in this high bar final.
Well, Aliash Pegan finishes in 5th with 15.5. So yet another gold medal for China. Tsukai swings and dismounts his way to gold. But what about this is what the story... Look, Epke Zonderland. He gets silver at the World Championships on high bar. 7.3 difficulty. Tsukai's was 7.5.
Third place from Italy, 15.625.
I take my hat off to Tsukai. He's redesigned his work and produced something very, very special here.
Well, Igor Cassina was first up. He takes the bronze. Oh, well, Leva there. Huge congratulations, and no doubt passing on his dad's best as well.
Watch out the gymnasts.
So the high bar world champion is Tsukai. He gets a gold here to match the gold that he got in Beijing. Epke Zonderland, well deserved, flies into second, and Igor Cassina, what a result from him, the Olympic champion from 04. He takes bronze at the Worlds.
Well, if I can just go up to the commentary box, stay with me, guys, because that's 6 out of 12 golds, 12 possible golds for China. They've won half the golds available here, which shows they're still reaping the benefits of their training for Beijing. But can we just also focus on Zonderland, who I'm pretty sure, Matt, if there was a personality prize, would only come second to Beth Tweddle, wouldn't he, today?
Oh, no doubt. I tell you what, we've watched Zonderland for years, haven't we? We've seen him come up through the ranks, and he is just a joy to watch. You know, this guy not only is a gymnast, but he's a windsurfer as well, and he brings all of that sort of extremeness to his gymnastics, and he just goes all out. Now, I love it. I just love to watch him. He's so flamboyant, and he's so brilliant. Mitch, I know you second exactly that.
Absolutely, he brings something very special to the sport. He's got the discipline of training, but when you get out there, you show yourself to the judges, and that is Epke Zonderland. It's all or nothing, and when it comes off, it's absolutely fantastic. We were both jumping up and down, as always. He's just an exciting guy, great for the sport.
Well, Craig Heap, Matt, for what it's worth, said it's the best high bar competition he's ever seen.
Really, yeah, well, we knew it wouldn't disappoint, and Chris, it is just a joy to watch, and a super way, really, to wrap up the championship.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And Zonderland makes gymnastics look great fun, you know, and that's what it should be, great fun. Obviously, sometimes it's stressful when you want to do your best, but we've seen some great champions here today, and absolutely fantastic to be finishing with a world champion.
Thank you very much, guys. Well, you'll notice Sebastian Coe has joined us, Lord Sebastian Coe, in the studio. An interested observer. There can't be anybody with much more at stake here, apart from the gymnasts, I think, today. And let's talk about the gymnastics first of all, before we get on to the kind of, you know, the way this whole thing's been run. When you came here today, you wanted to make sure that everything was going well, but did you have an eye on Beth's performance beforehand? Did you kind of know where she was lying and all that?
Yeah, no, I've been following this all week, and actually the nice thing about it is that from the beginning of the week through the qualifying, it's really started to grow and catch people's excitement. So the TV coverage has been great. and it's a great crowd, great atmosphere, and a fantastic venue. So, you know, for somebody that's working with a team to put all this together for 3 years' time, it's a wonderful experience to be
you
here.
Know how hard it is to perform, you know, on the biggest stage, and the pressure that comes with that. We saw Lewis Smith maybe succumb a little bit to that yesterday, but Beth Tweddle,
and she had to go out first as well.
Exactly, and she rose to the challenge, didn't she, today?
She absolutely did, and the atmosphere in the venue was unbelievable. And then she had the problem, of course, of having to sit through the other 8 or 9 competitors,
which was it was nail-biting for us, I'm sure you, but it's capped off what has been a marvellous few days here. And speaking to the gymnasts, speaking to the officials around the arena, they all seem to love the O2. It's been a success. From your point of view, logistically, have things worked?
Yes, it has. I think there are always things that we will learn and take away. And
such as?
Well, just, you know, the simple operation. I mean, I think the athletes have reported that this has worked extremely well for them. Transportation and the speed that they've been able to get in and out of the venue, and the warm-up facilities. I think there are always going to be issues that we have about making sure that we've got as many people being able to access a venue from various points in London, and that's something we will look at. And I think that overall it's been a terrific opportunity 3 years out. You know, you really, you know, you are very, very grateful. You are very grateful as a chairman of an organising committee to get a World Championship. It's not the test event. The test event clearly will be a year or two's time, but this is a great opportunity.
I think from an atmosphere point of view, I mean, Craig Heap, double Commonwealth gold medalist, has performed in many huge arenas. From the atmosphere point of view, Craig, as well, the steep banking helps. It brings you closer to the action, and I certainly felt Beijing was an impressive venue, but this has got way more atmosphere.
Yeah, much better. I mean, the Superdome in Sydney was 25,000 people when I competed, but you actually felt a little bit detached from the competition. And like you say, because the venue's steep so high, you get a great view no matter where you are.
And Seb, how important is it for you in terms of selling your job and making kind of, you know, people enthused about the event when we have success like Beth?
It's a fantastic launch pad. I mean, we have to. Gymnastics is not quite in the category I'm going to describe, but you know, we've got a lot of sports that do not have massive traction at the moment. There is a massive opportunity for youngsters to be able to see a sport in their own backyard at the very highest level and go on and hopefully do it. And what's been so pleasing for me is, I shouldn't be surprised, as you know this, that you actually start very young. But when you're sort of sitting chatting to 2- and 3-year-old children, and they've spent already half their life in a gym club, you realise that it's a fantastic opportunity.
Yeah, there are plenty of children around today, and you know, the weekend has been a real family occasion, which is also wonderful to see. And clearly, you know, everybody's staying now because of the medal ceremonies. They're getting their money's worth. That was one thing that perhaps has been a slight down. The tickets have been quite expensive here if you want to come at the weekend. How does, you know, ticketing pricing compare to the Olympics?
Well, we're working through the ticketing strategy at the moment. You're right, we want to make as many of those tickets as accessibly priced as possible. And it's not just the price of the ticket.
It's
making sure that for people,
everything.
It's people coming from outside London. You know, you're a mother and father and 2 or 3 kids from Sheffield. We've got to make that accessible as well. So we realise that this is a very serious thing to get right, and we will.
And from a funding point of view, gymnastics has built up a lot of funding in the last few years. Success breeds success, and getting a silver medal with Danielle Keatings in the all-round, Beth Tweddle on the floor backs up, I guess, that the politics behind it all, because there are sports that feel aggrieved that their funding's been pulled, but this is all about podium finish, isn't it?
It is, and when we talk about medal tables interest me only for one reason, and that is, what is the conversion rate of a medal into how many more people at the end of the championship are going to pick up the sport. And you have to say, with television coverage, with youngsters here watching the best available in their own backyard, that's a huge, you know, that really is a massive launch pad, and that's what we need to keep driving. You know, medals are really nice, and and we want to finish high up the medals table.
But it's the legacy word.
It's the legacy of that medal. It's, you know, every medal, I want to see 10,000 more kids taking up that sport.
One sport which has definitely had its funding cut, and this week had its venue changed, along with badminton, is rhythmic gymnastics, which obviously is going to be at Wembley now. That's been decided. Certain parties are happy with that decision, other people not so happy with that decision. For you, you sit comfortably with that?
Yes, you know, I think it's worth remembering where we start out on this. During the bidding process, we were very clear. If we had permanent venues available to us, then we should use them. If we were to build new permanent venues, it's only on the basis that, for instance, in London we only have one 50-metre swimming pool. We're leaving London with a fantastic facility it doesn't have. And if you can't place a sport within those two criteria, then you build temporary. And so really it's about cost, it's about the legacy of the sport, and it's also about the athlete experience. And that's how you land the plane. And it's a tricky process at the best of times, but I think we've pretty much got our sports exactly where we would want them to be. Remembering that the world has changed quite dramatically since when we were bidding 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, economically it certainly has, and that's another thing you've got to contend with. Sepko, thank you very much for joining us up here. I'm sure you've had a wonderful weekend. It's going to get a little bit better now. We're going to hear the national anthem in a few minutes, so let's hand back to the commentary team to take us through the medal ceremonies.
Well, what a wonderful sight to see these gymnasts walking out into this arena. Beth Tweddle bang centre there.
For the men's parallel bars final.
We've got a few medal ceremonies here.
And winner of the bronze medal from Japan, Kazuhito Taranaka.
So Tanaka will receive his medal first of all for the parallel bars. He took third.
Second place and winner of the silver medal from China, Feng Zhuo.
Fabulous technician.
First place and the 2009
but he made an error and it let his teammate in.
From
Fantastic
China,
technician.
Wang Guangying.
Well done indeed. China 1 and 2 on one of the most technically demanding apparatus parallel bars.
The gold medal is presented by Mrs.
Great
Smartha
fun.
Horn, second vice president of the FIG. The silver medal is presented by Mr. Sawa Kato, second vice president of the FIG Men's Technical Committee. The bronze medal is presented by Mr. Brian Stocks, executive committee member of the FIG.
Yeah, I know we said it before, Mitch, but just such a wonderful final, the parallel bars. It's packed with everything swinging up, below, on top, either end of the bars. I always used to love swinging that, I must say. But there is the world champion for 2009.
The bronze medal went to Kazuhito Taranaka. The silver medal to Feng Zhuo. And the champion on men's parallel bars from China, Wang Guangying.
Well, Wang Guangying adds to the gold medal tally for China.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please stand for the national anthem of China.
I'll turn to his left and watch two Chinese flags hoisted high. With a difficulty score of 7, went all out to take that gold medal back to China. Wonderful medals they are. Really big and chunky, nice ones they are.
They should be. They're World Championship medals.
Yeah, but sometimes they're a bit odd, aren't they?
Yes,
you get funny shapes and all this, that and the other, but that's a good medal, that one, a nice big round medal.
Get back into training, man. You can do it. Nice one on your wall, that. Nice gold medal. Super final. Very worthy winner.
You said, Mitch, before that the Asian gymnasts had that body type that are really suited for parallel bars, and no surprise there to see the lineup. It's always going to be tight between Feng Zhi and Wang Guanyin. Just 0.2 separated them.
Thank you very much indeed, the medalists.
Well, stand